You are listening to the Chompcast, the official podcast of Sword Chomp. And remember, you can always go to swordchomp.com where you can access the many places our podcast is available for download. But if you're listening to the show right now, that means you found us. So welcome to the madness that is the Chompcast. We have a beast of a show today. Monster Hunter World has taken over the crew and the United States, finally, after years of being a phenomenon in Japan. And we have our early impressions of Monster Hunter World. We are hoping to hunt our fair share of we were hoping to hunt our fair share of wildlife in Red Dead Redemption 2 earlier this year, but it got delayed, and that got us thinking about game delays, which is going to be the topic of the show. So that should be a lot of fun. The Instagram community sounded off on the corporate monster that is EA as we discuss the EA Star Wars Battlefront situation as our question of the week, and we have a lot of incredible responses to read there. Our BioBreak article this week involves a fascinating monster of sorts, the regenerating axolotl, a fascinating species of salamander that can regenerate its body parts. So that's going to be cool. Make sure you stay tuned for that. And I have some fascinating results from our Monster Hunter polls that I've been running on the Sword Chomp Instagram. And what better show to talk a little more Horizon Zero Dawn as Shea's trying to finish that up, all of the machine monsters of that world and the ecology, one ecology of the year for the Chompcast and whatnot. So all that and more on this week's Chompcast. But first, let's get to some introductions. Up first, from Texas, my good friend. Of course, I'll start with a Monster Hunter themed introduction here. The one and only, the Filipino Johnny Depp, Anthony Fisher is here. A man who I have been hunting monsters with over the past week. And, I've learned a ton about Fish's hunting techniques, as you want to call them. If you're not familiar with the term noodling, it's the practice that many people use their appendages to fish for catfish. Basically, they like stick an arm or what have you in like a catfish hole, and then they bite it and bam. Noodling is like a huge practice. It's a really interesting thing if you want to look into it. A practice that Fish has taken to heart in his own special way, as I witnessed it firsthand as we crept up on a herd of jagra, and Fish slipped into the grass and began to unzip his pants. Here to tell us more about his patented noodling technique, Anthony Fisher's here.
Hey, everybody.
How you doing, Fish? Tell me more about this technique you're using.
It's very dangerous. Very dangerous. But,
yeah, it's important. You gotta say that first. We don't want people trying that at home. You're a trained professional. Exactly,
yes. If you pull... You really have to work that muscle out. You need to keep its elasticity.
Okay. So there's like prep that goes into the noodle. Gotcha.
Definitely, yes.
So to speak.
You can't just run out there and just whip out your noodle and hope to get, something to bite on it and not.
That's how you get hurt.
That's strange. That's how you get hurt.
Of it.
I would have expected instant noodles from an Asian.
Well, actually, you gotta eat that before you go on your hunt.
wait, repeat that again, Fish. What was that?
Well, you actually have to prepare your cup of noodles before you go out and start actually noodling.
Mm-hmm. There you go. You can use that metaphor.
Yeah,
that's true.
Get you a little bonus, +5 to length.
Elasticity. I got to give you this. I was skeptical at first. It works. Fish is a great monster hunter, so
yeah, definitely. Stick with me, or kid, you'll learn a thing or
two. Stick with Fish, kid. But on that note, if you're a kid, you can't go hunting with fish. That's just part of the rules. Only adults. But
now, if I had a son, he would know that by the age of 3.
He'd be a master noodler one day. Yeah, that actually led. We had a funny incident involving a fishing story that I don't want to ruin because I'm going to post it on Instagram. But it's been a lot of fun. Me and Fish have been fucking around playing Monster Hunter, and we're like two immature teenagers whenever we get online. It's really quite disgusting. Glad to have you here today, Fish. Yeah. We're going to talk a lot of Monster Hunter. And then, of course, speaking of noodles, from Japan, Shea Layton joins us. And this week, we're talking all sorts of exciting things, including his fascination with the axolotl, the salamander I mentioned at the beginning of the show. It's a creature that can regenerate different parts of its body, and lately Shea has been wishing he could regenerate his bank account after visiting some of the finest establishments of the red light district in the greater Japan area. How you doing this week, Shea?
Good. My funds have been a little low. I can't stop. I can't stop going. I refuse to stop going, to be honest with you.
Yeah. Why should
I've
you?
met
whatever
people
comes your way.
I've met people like Candace and
Candace.
Kiki and
in Japan,
this
really?
weird woman
Those
named Jerome. Her name was Jerome. I don't understand why.
Those are like the names you'd see in America. I thought they'd be a little more, foreign
Kiki?
sounding.
Really?
Yeah, Kiki, you're right. Kiki. Jerome, though, come on. Jerome
is from Thailand.
Okay.
Maybe that's why. Maybe that's why she has a guy's name.
Oh, yeah. Well, makes sense.
I thought so.
Well, you're only in Japan once, Shea. You got to live it up. I'm not judging. We're not judging you here.
Please don't. Really, I mean, you don't know what it's like to live so close to the red light district in Japan.
Is that actually true? Do you really live right next to the red light district? Yes?
Yeah.
I can see you shaking your head on the camera, but I got to hear it. I need verbal communication.
Actually, I have a really funny story. I went to, just real quick, I went to get Chinese food a few months ago, and right outside of one of the establishments, it said Bukkake Udon. And to this day, I don't know what that means, but I'm assuming it doesn't mean what I think it means. I haven't managed to look it up yet.
We can only hope.
It means splash, so I'm wondering, it's just a splash of something. So
I don't want to find out what that splash is.
Just a splash of udon. Yeah.
If bukkake means splash, then I've never had bukkake. What's drizzle in Japan? Is there something a little more appropriate for me?
I couldn't tell you.
All right, I'll look it up later.
Mm-hmm. Please do.
Glad you're here, Shea. What funds you do have left, but you're here in spirit, and you know what? We don't need superficial things like money or anything like that here. So
no, we don't.
And of course, last but surely not least, Joshua Fowler is here from Michigan, and much like the topic of the show today, which is game delays, Josh has been working hard this week to teach Fish the art of the delay in the bedroom by bestowing upon him the secrets of tantric sex so he can truly satisfy his wife. How's that been going, Josh? Can you give us a little insight?
I don't know. I mean, it's kind of a long, hard job. We're not... It's hard to tell if we're making progress or not, but it's taking some time, which I guess is getting the point across in one way or another.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, not exactly the way I had intended, but I mean, maybe
now, when
you'll
you say
get
it's a
something
long,
out of
hard job, was that an intentional thing considering the conversation, or just accidental?
No, I just stumbled into that somehow. I was,
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. Well, is Fish a fast learner? Because, does he pick up things quickly?
I mean, he picks them up, but he doesn't really learn what the hell he's doing with them. Just hands full of things he doesn't understand.
He's like a child just exploring his new toys for the first time.
Yeah, just grabbing, pulling, just prodding.
Yanking.
Lots of hands.
Slapping.
Lots of hands going on, but yeah.
Yeah, I will say that Josh is a really good coach, and he
that's
does
so
have
sweet.
a lot of patience with me. But yeah, I look at all those things, and I really don't know where to start on them.
I mean, that's understandable. I mean, is he still vaping while he's doing it, Josh? Because I've been trying to talk him out of that. He gets a free hand if he stops vaping.
We know the answer to that. We know.
We've been
it's a
working
wasted
on
appendage.
It. Yeah.
But I will say this: the things Fish can do with one hand, impressive. Impressive, all things considered.
Yeah,
Oh,
all
thank you,
things
Morgan.
considered.
It's the master of the of the art. Yeah, well, keep at it, Josh. It's when Fish gets it, we'll have the satisfaction of knowing. And like you said, you're a great coach. So glad you're here today, Josh. Despite I know you were not super happy with your time spent with Monster Hunter World, but maybe we can discuss that a little further. I know me and you played some Monster Hunter way back in the day on the Wii. We were like the only two people that played Monster Hunter on the Wii. Monster Hunter Try. So.
Oh yeah, yeah. It doesn't seem like it's been that long ago, but that's been some time now, I guess.
Good God, yeah, man, that must have been like 2010 or so. I mean, ages.
It has to have been. Yeah, it's forever ago. Forever ago now. So
it's going to be fun. I, of course, am Morgan Barnes from Montana. And I want to say this right before the topic of the show because I think it's appropriate. We did something pretty cool as a show this week. We all got together and played Fortnite as a crew. And our first time together, we got a chicken dinner, as they call it. Number one, it was amazing. I want to give us a round of applause.
Yeah, have that applause, but it's actually not called a chicken dinner. That's PUBG, Morgan.
It's not called the same thing in... Oh, God.
No, it's not.
What is it called in Fortnite?
It said, congratulations, number one. That's it.
That's not exciting at all. Can we just pretend it's... They need to make up something for Fortnite, because that's not acceptable.
Yeah, well, it is early access. The chicken's not done yet.
Okay, it's not full.
God. We essentially got a chicken nugget dinner.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
With ketchup.
Yeah. Share a chicken nugget 4 ways. Just slice it thinly.
Slowly eking out of your mouth. Yeah, exactly.
Just embrace it, Fish. Embrace those jokes. Full power.
It's
thrusting ahead.
Chicken nugget dinner.
It's funny because I noticed playing with you guys, it was kind of I don't mean to get all sentimental, but I thought it was cool to see, like, the first time we all played together, we got number one, and how, like, our personalities meshed. Like, Josh is, like, all business and aggression. Shea is aggressive as well, but he's, like, half jokes, half business, more so than myself. Fish is all about, like, loot and building things. So Fish was, like, constructing things and really getting excited about loot. So he's sort of like the stereotypical Asian of the group, you know what I'm saying? And then you had myself, I've seen Silicon Valley. Come on.
Okay.
I know how it works. And then I'm like the guy who just wants to, like, hide in a shack and make dick jokes the whole time, but I will revive you if you die. So it was cool to see our personalities mesh in a way that really worked. So it was cool.
Yeah.
It's true. It's true. I agree.
Yeah.
It is surprising that first time Josh plays with us, we get a number one.
Yeah, it's mostly Josh. I'm not gonna lie. Josh was
Josh.
It's like you add the MVP to the group. Like, we did good with each other. Like, we got twice once. We were a solid team, me and Fish and Shea, but Josh was like the missing piece that we needed. So
yeah, it's like basketball. You get the star player on there. He can make the bench look like fucking stars themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm definitely the bench.
Yeah, you missed all the fun once you had to leave, though, Morgan, because the matchmaking on that game is still just iffy, and we kept trying to play just the three of us, and it kept giving us party members anyway. And we got some of the best trolls I've ever seen. One of our games,
that's true.
One of our games, it took me about 4 towns to finally pick up a weapon because this son of a bitch was picking up fucking everything. Shea dropped a weapon for me.
Dropping.
Yeah, and the guy would run over and pick up the shit that Shea was dropping, trying to give me a weapon. A weapon. Just, it was amazing.
Like a 12-year-old.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Walk over there, pick up that crap.